Our Doug Richards is tracking some proposed legislation, and usually we join our Doug Richards from inside of the state capitol. But Doug, that is not where you are situated today, sir.
Right you are, Zach. We're in Little Five Points, actually, a community in northeast Atlanta, and in front of the Little Five Points Pharmacy, where we have been chatting with Ira Katz, the pharmacist here. He is one of many backers of a House bill that is actually proceeding quietly through the legislature over the last few days that seeks to reform the formulas that govern how pharmaceutical prices are paid by consumers, as well as the prices that pharmacies themselves pay to drug companies. And they think that this bill, which is passed in another couple of states, may lend transparency from drug companies to the pharmacies that are dispensing pharmaceuticals, creating savings potentially for consumers if this bill passes. Let's hear from Mr. Katz.
It's a win for the consumer. It's certainly a win for the employers, and it's a win for the pharmacy. Okay, because on some of these high-priced drugs, the independent pharmacies are losing money. Okay, and now we'll have some recourse that we know what our costs are going to be, and what the copays and charge will be to the consumer, to the patient.
So this bill came to our attention in part because some folks in the Capitol are concerned about this bill, and of course many of the big business interests are represented very well at the Capitol. So sometimes it's hard to say exactly where they're coming from when they express concern, but there was concern expressed to me that this bill might actually raise out-of-pocket prices to consumers. However, the pharmacist here at Little Five Points Pharmacy says that is, he didn't say it was disinformation, but he said it was basically a talking point raised by people who kind of like the system the way it is, which generates large profits for pharmaceutical companies, also generates profits for chain pharmacies. And this is a bill that he says, and that its backers at the Capitol say, is designed to actually save not only independent pharmacies like the one behind me, but also the many independent pharmacies around the state, particularly outside of Metro Atlanta, which have been going out of business at an alarming rate. We heard from one pharmacist who spoke to a House committee a few days ago, who said that she actually has to bake biscuits in the morning in order to get people to come into her store and in order to keep her pharmacy afloat. So those are the types of pharmacies that they say that this bill, if it passes, could save, Zach.
Doug, you mentioned the landscape under the Gold Dome. Ultimately, it's always a question about politics there. How much support does this bill have in the state legislature right now?
Well, it went through a committee process and a lengthy hearing a couple of days ago, and some sharp questions were raised by members of both parties. And when the bill came to a vote, it passed unanimously with Republicans and Democrats supporting it.
Our Doug Richards on top of everything going on under the Gold Dome, as always. Doug, we appreciate it. Thank you.